Warning. Major spoilers for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. This is your Lord, the Shadow Prince. Welcome to the dark side. One of the things that people seem to love to hate about the Batman v Superman movie, that epic conclusion to the fight between Batman and Superman, and what actually stops Batman from killing Superman. Now, a lot of people have come to the conclusion that what stops Batman is Superman saying his mother's name, which happens to be Batman's mother's name. And if that's true, it's stupid. I agree with you 125%. So I have a slightly different interpretation of that scene, though. So I've watched this movie once, so bear with me. Maybe I'm wrong about this. In that last scene, we see Batman standing over Superman, and he has the kryptonite spear. Using a kryptonite spear, he cuts Superman's face, and he's about to plunge the kryptonite spear into his chest. Superman says, "You have to save Martha." Batman immediately, he starts having a reaction to that. Then they took us to the flashback scene, the part where Thomas Wayne is saying Martha. That is what stopped him, not the name or using his mother's name, or that maybe it was, and I'm completely wrong and I'm reading way too much into this, but you guys can tell me in the comment section. But what actually stopped him, father's last words were Martha. Now, if you have to get into Batman's mindset at that time, from the beginning of the fight, you can tell that Batman is not trying to listen to a word that Superman is saying. Superman is saying, "Hey, listen, you don't understand." Batman is like, "I understand perfectly." He's not really listening to Superman. He just wants to fight. He's got bloodlust. He wants to kill Superman. He's not interested in a word that Superman has to say. He wants to kill him. You fucked up my Batmobile. You're dead. You have to kind of realize where Batman has been up until this point. I mean, Batman, even to get the weapon that he has right now, had to basically murder a ton of guys. So when Batman sees himself about to kill Superman and he says the word Martha, like his father's last words were, that stopped him, because throughout this entire movie, Batman has been a mass murderer. Batman finally realizes at that moment that he's becoming Joe Chill. More evidence to this fact is a little bit earlier in the movie, when Batman is having his dream sequences. There's one sequence that it's not really understood by a lot of people, and that is the scene where the grave of Martha and Thomas Wayne, and there starts to be blood coming out of the bottom, and the grave is cracking, and then you see a huge bat monster with the lit up eyes coming at Batman. That the Batman is consuming him. It's the Batman that was created from revenge of his parents, the Bat Monster, the one that he created to instill fear into criminals, that it is consuming him. And that final moment in the Superman fight where he's about to kill someone else, saying essentially his father's last words, he stops, he pauses, and then Lois Lane comes and says that's his mother's name. So it's not that it was his mother's name that actually stopped him, at least that's my interpretation. It was the fact that it was his father's last words that stopped him. And then when they go back to that scene to show you not his mother, but rather his father saying the word Martha, that's what they're trying to tell you with that scene. They're trying to bring you back to that point to remind you, hey, see what we did here? His father's last words would have been Superman's last words at the moment that he would have plunged that spear into his chest. That's just my interpretation. You are welcome to agree or disagree down below in the comment section. You don't have to be civil. This is the dark side. Make sure to let the hate flow through you. This is your Lord, the Shadow Prince. We will see you the next time on the dark side.